Although I will say,
microsite, which is raveclubs.com/ISE. So this has been the busiest ISE.
hi, this is Gary Kayye. We are at ISE 2025, the morning of day 2. We're here, luckily, before the show opens. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get into the Sharp booth. I'm here with Christof Böhm, who is the president of now totally Sharp. No more NEC, right?
No, Sharp, still Sharp NEC Display Solutions Europe. I'm heading the display organization.
Yeah.
And as you can see on our booth, welcome to our booth, by the way, it's fully Sharp branded, all our products. We are representing our products under the Sharp brand.
Yeah.
Though we are still in this joint venture, which is coming to an end. We are in a transition phase, and by end of October this year, we will be fully migrating to Sharp.
And that was part of the plan. It was going to take
Actually, yes.
5 years
Yes.
to do that. And this is the first show you've been at where everything is branded Sharp.
Absolutely right, yeah.
And how do you feel about 2025? Are you excited about the year?
Yeah, we are very excited about this year. We have very good products, and Toby will give you a booth tour later on, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to do it now, actually.
Yeah, you're about to start, yeah.
Yeah.
So you will see a lot of new products, very, very interesting. Our LED wall, but Toby will talk about that in more detail.
All right.
We've got a good lineup, projectors and LFDs, interactive displays, technology, software. We are very excited and we have very good setup and prepared for upcoming 25.
Well, congratulations, Christof. Thank you for getting up and coming into the booth early. Tobias, you want to come on and start the tour? How about that? Will you hand off your mic to Toby?
I will hand over to Toby. Thank you very much, Gary.
Thanks
for
very
coming
much,
by.
and thank you.
Thank you, Toby.
Toby, first off, congratulations. Your booth is stunning, and
Thanks.
I won't mention the name, but people are having to walk into one of your competitors' booths
Oh, really? Yeah.
to
okay.
see the enormity of what you're showing behind us, which is kind of interesting because if you're standing straight across from it, it looks like one contiguous display, but you've actually done it by chopping up 3 different display technologies to
Absolutely,
demonstrate
yes.
what you can do in LED.
No, that was absolutely the point. We wanted to create a window or
Yeah.
a door that is opening to the Sharp future, so to speak. And overall, it's an 8K direct view LED, 1.2 millimeter pixel pitch. So in total, the 3 segments add up to 440 inch. So
And it's all 1.2 millimeter.
it's all 1.2, it's 53
Yeah.
square meters, and it's based on flip chip technology,
Yeah.
which means the power efficiency is very high
Yeah.
and the power consumption is low. If you go close, you feel that it's a cool LED.
Yeah.
It's not heating up so much.
Yeah, and that's one of the advantages of flip chip technology. Obviously, LED is a big focus for Sharp this year because I've never seen such large and as
Yes,
many
right.
LED products as we have here this year.
Absolutely. No, we wanted to showcase, first of all, our lineup, and then we are bringing all our products into the Sharp brand, and that's why we have relaunched all the products into the Sharp brand, and this 1.2 millimeter is a very good size for such a showcase, obviously.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go and do it live. We're going to do a real-time video tour of the entire Sharp booth. We're also going to go and shoot individual product videos inside the booth. So as we talk about them, all you have to do to see any of the individual deep dive videos is just go to ravepubs.com/ISE, type in Sharp in the video search window. But we're going to do a quick tour of the entire
Right.
booth. And obviously you've created a really welcoming gateway. And as you said, this is no heat coming off of this compared to typical traditional fine pitch LED technology.
Absolutely. And I mean, fine pitch LED is on one end of the spectrum. I would say you can create big images, very bright images,
Sure.
captivating.
Yeah.
A little bit on the other end of the spectrum is ePaper
Yeah,
technology.
this is mind-blowing. I love this display. And what this does is it shows that you can use ePaper. By the way, this is full color ePaper technology. You're direct lighting it, right? You have direct
Any
to
ambient light.
Yeah, so you're showing that it could be in the front of a retail store for that matter.
Yes, it could be outside. So this here is an A0 size. So it consists of 4 A2 cut sizes. You know, the A cut sizes from from the paper world, from the print world. And this is actually an outdoor capable e-paper. That means it has a special UV filter so it doesn't deteriorate over time when it's outdoor.
And how rugged is this for outdoor?
I think the final product should be IP65. That is
Okay.
definitely the thing. But this is kind of a concept that was shown in Japan on the Tech Day
Yep.
a few months ago. And we want to show actually what we can do with existing ePaper technology already. And as you mentioned, you always can read it. You only need ambient light. It's not self-illuminated.
Yeah.
But the brighter the ambient light, the better you can read it.
It's ironic. It's kind of the opposite of what we've logically thought for the last 40 years in display.
Yes.
We want more light
Yes.
to make it brighter
So
instead of less light.
You don't have to fight the sunlight or the ambient
The sunlight
light.
actually helps it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And at night you have to light it up, basically.
You have to light
so
it
this
up.
is a great example. Sharp, as the NEC display was in the past, was the first company to show ePaper, and now you're the first company to show an outdoor ePaper application like this, and that shows, probably because of the connection to the Sharp heritage in the print world. I'm guessing that's why you're leading the way in ePaper technology.
Yes, obviously. Sharp is a printer company, is very strong in the print world, and especially in Japan, they have a very strong legacy of using printed papers outside restaurants, for example, also in shopping malls. So replacing that with a digital version means to keep the content as it was initially, you should use the A cut sizes, so the paper sizes.
Same size as paper.
Yes.
Okay, and you're seeing in other configurations like this that are kind of traditional transportation signage or menu signage, a lot of different applications, and this is black and white, or I should say
I think
colorless.
that just the content is black and white in this case,
And then of course we have color here. So, but the technology, I love the way you're displaying it in different configurations. It can be whatever you want. Ultimately, it's just going to keep. And this is first, second generation, basically.
For us, it's second generation of products, and as you can see, it's just hanging from those steel wires, so it doesn't need any battery when the content is static. So that means if you don't change the content too often, no need to have a dedicated power line to it. You just power it by a small battery pack, for example, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, and what's nice about this is that the resting state is whatever is on there. So you're not using any power as it's sitting like this.
No, it stays
If you kind of imagine your Kindle, that's how that technology works. All right, so where are we going to go next?
I would recommend this way.
All right.
Going back to bread and butter products, our large format display lineup.
So this looks a lot more familiar to most of our viewers, which is the traditional LCD technology that you're kind of famous for.
Right. We always had a separated lineup from entry to mid-range lines and then a pro line. And this year, for the first time, we have a full relaunch of the whole lineup from small to large, and it's all under the Sharp brand now.
Okay, and is this part of the same family, the displays we're seeing here, or
it's actually all 55 inches from different families,
but they all look the same. I mean, the frame design is identical, so you can mix and match the different families.
That was the whole point. Yes.
Okay. Because to me, when I looked at it, I thought they were the same. So, are you talking about different price categories and different performance levels?
Yes. So on the left end, you can see that's the more entry products, very basic USB media players. But even now in entry level, we want low reflection panels. You can have portrait mode, low reflection. So this is good for the standard basic signage. And then the second one is our ME series, which is our SoC-based Android, Android 13 product with an integrated Android media player. By the way, we have a list of partners that we have onboarded to run on our Android. And I think it's not even the full list. There are more partners that are compatible with our systems. And when people need even more performance, as you may know, we have our modular computing approach. So this in the
so these have SDM and OPS slots in them as well?
Right, so they both have a combined SDM and Raspberry Pi slot, and the one here in the center runs on Raspberry Pi 5, which is a very cost-efficient solution, but still powerful modular SoC, and on the far right end we have the SDM based on an Intel chipset.
Yeah, okay, good. So you're showing everything together here, and obviously you're showing 55-inch, but they come in various sizes, as large as what?
The biggest one for LCD is 98-inch.
98-inch.
And so this is also the first time that our lineup is from small to large without any breaks in the lineup. So from small to 98-inch.
The whole family's smallest is 55 all the way to 98?
No, actually the smallest is 32.
32, okay.
Up to 98-inch.
But the whole family encompasses that the entire size.
Yes, right. And this is also in the next aisle if we want to go there. This is where we show the 86-inch product for the first time. So that's also a mid-range product on the right-hand side here. And so in this aisle over here, what we're showing is that we are working with all partners for meeting room solutions,
So
especially
these are
for
you're showing them collaboration configurations, obviously.
Yes, so we're not only partnering with one brand, but we have Sennheiser, we have Neat, we have Poly, and we have D10. So we're showing different solutions for audio-video conferencing. And as a matter of fact, we are having the first interactive display that is Cisco certified.
Okay.
So Cisco is also a very important partner for us. So that means if you connect our display to their system, it automatically does all the setups.
So the heritage of this is from the original Aqueous display technology. Is this from that originally, and this is what's grown out of that years later?
Actually, yes. So on the Sharp side, there's the Aquos background,
Right.
but on the NAC side, there was always the multi-sync background.
So together you've come up with this new collaboration product line. These are 84-inch. What other sizes do they come in?
That's 86-inch.
86?
So all products have 43, 50,
Okay.
55, 65, 75, 86, 98.
Very cool. So I'm going to have our videographer flip around here to see the different sizes here. And you're showing a configuration. This is a D10. This is the D10 center-mounted camera video bar, I should say, mounted between two displays. This is the Poly system here, HP Poly. Across there behind you, Emma, is the Sennheiser on the left, and on the right, whose is that on the right over there?
That's a Neat.
That's okay, neat. Yeah. So obviously collaboration has been a big growth area for our market, and you're playing a big part of that.
Absolutely. I mean, for meeting rooms, this is really where quality counts because people are in front of the displays for several hours.
Yeah.
So they definitely see the flaws of displays, and this is where we come into play and say, okay, our displays, we try to have the best possible visual quality, so you can really see the difference.
And remember that we are shooting individual videos on all of these products, so you can actually go at any moment. If you decide you want to learn more about any of these, go to ravepubs.com/ISE, and then just type Sharp in the video search window. All right, so where were you heading next?
Good. Maybe over here, moving on. So we also launching a new interactive small to medium-sized products in 43 and 55-inch. It's the LM series, which is based on Android 14. Latest Android system here. And what we're showing here is just one type of the applications. So those smaller sizes, they are going into huddle, but also kiosk mode. And to support kiosk mode, that's also a product that supports tilted installation so that you can be sure it works without any problems with the LCD.
Very nice. Yep. Very, very nice. And obviously you can mount it in different configurations.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, where next?
Yeah, so here, as I mentioned, we have also that's the larger sized 55-inch LM series in a huddle configuration. Of course, it has USB Type-C, so it's very easy to connect with only one cable. And over here, that's our LA series, which is Cisco certified. So the first Cisco certified interactive display. And
let's see here. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so there you go. It's opening the app. There you go. All right. We're here early. We're here before the booth actually opens, so we're having to turn things on.
Yes. Sorry about that.
All right, so obviously this is a big draw. This is, what's the size? This is LED. This is an all-in-one LED display.
Yes, it's
What's
135.
135. And this is native, what's the native resolution?
Full HD.
Full HD.
So this package is Full HD here.
And so this would be the product you'd be, I mean, you obviously show it on wheels, on a cart configuration, but it can be mounted on a wall, and this would be sort of like your optional. You either can, at this size, you're either going to put in multiple LCDs, or you're going to put in a projector, or you put in an LED.
Right. I think a lot of customers put it on the wall, but when you mount the LED onto the wall, you're limited to one room.
Yeah.
If you put it on wheels, maybe the smaller one with 108-inch, then you can move it from one room to the other. This is what we're doing in our Munich office. That means we can enjoy a direct view LED in several rooms.
Yeah, including outside if the weather's nice. Now this is a single connection point, right? Just a single HDMI, and it's a full all-in-one, right?
It's a full all-in-one. You can operate it with a very basic remote control that you know from your LCD or from your TV at home. So it's super easy to operate. One power cable, one remote control, and then you're good to go.
And what sizes does this come in?
It's 108 and 135.
Okay, and the model again, so that if they want to get a deep dive on this, is what?
So it's a very long model name with our tradition. So it's the LD-E151-135.
Easy to remember. Yeah. You can pause it and play back. All right, good. All right, where are we headed now?
So similar like last year, we're having a text zone where
Okay.
we're explaining a few topics. So this is a hands-on area where you can actually go in and interact with LEDs. So for example, as you may know, the LEDs, they have pixel cards that you can remove. In this case, the chip on board, you can easily, with a suction cup, you can remove it. So
Yeah.
it's to show people what LED, what it consists of, how it works, and everything that we have in the products to make sure that the technology
May I
is-
hold this real quick?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is flip chip on board technology.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so if you get an idea what that is. The nice thing about this is that the illumination and the content and all the processing's on one board. So it's a simple design,
Yes, right.
and all you have here is basically the mounting system and the video distribution from card to card.
Right, it's the power distribution, the video distribution, and oh, that's great. You can start as an installation guy if you want.
You know, I have broken one before in the
Okay,
past.
okay.
So I don't know that you want me on there, but
No, well done.
yeah, I used a Dyson vacuum one time to suck a
Yes,
thing
we
off
got
of
it. We got it here as
Okay,
well.
there
The
you go,
modified
yeah,
one.
Yeah, remember you can use a Dyson vacuum to actually suction it out. Yes, actually works.
It works.
And,
Yes.
but you don't want me doing that.
No. You can do
All right.
an intern. Okay. So what we're showing here in the projection area is the Sharp product museum.
Okay.
You know, Sharp is also a traditional company similar like NEC in the
Yep.
past. And what we're showcasing here is a selection of products from more than 100 years. And so this is our idea to show a museum installation. We're showing the first two Sharp branded projectors that we're having.
Yeah, and I will say this: my first microwave and my first calculator were both Sharps.
The
So I have a-
calculator,
have a history
I
of
can
that.
bring it up.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So I like this. So you're showing a museum, but the whole point of this is to show off your projection technology and the fact that you embraced all the major projection technologies.
Right, so we're launching a 4K projector, 4K plus projector.
This is a
especially-
one-chip DLP, right?
This is a one-chip DLP, correct?
Yep.
And so this is specifically for immersive
Yeah.
and museum installation. It comes in two brightnesses, so 14,000 and 16,500 lumens. And the other projector here is an LCD projector with 20,000 lumen.
So this
our
is a 3
ACS.
LCD, 20,000 lumen, laser-based projector. This is a single chip DLP that comes in two brightnesses.
Yes.
What were the two brightnesses again?
14,000 and 16,500.
16,500. So you're showing that you're using all the projection different technologies. And what about, do you have any of the classroom projector? Well, actually, you do have a static one
Yes,
back
yes,
here.
yes.
That was there.
Space was a little bit limited,
Yeah.
so we're just showing it in a static mode.
Yeah,
here.
so you still have, obviously,
Yes.
the classroom and rental projectors and things like that as well. Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
Okay, good. All right, and that's as you mentioned, is the first projectors that are branded Sharp exclusively.
Yes, we only started a few months back, but of course the whole lineup will become Sharp until summertime, and then
Yeah.
all products will be Sharp branded.
Okay, where are we going next?
So the next is also continued our tech zone on the left-hand side, modular computing.
So this is examples of the different modules that you can put in here. IPMX means you have a AV over IP receiver module.
Yes.
Right? IPMX is the 1 gig standard that is based on the broadcast standard ST2110. So it's specifically for Pro AV. You're showing the Matrox IPMX card,
Yes.
the Intel. Is this OPS?
That's an STM form
STM.
factor, right?
Correct.
With Intel, it's just to show that processing power. So this
Yeah.
is for AV over IP.
Yeah.
This is if you need more processing power, Intel-based,
Yeah.
probably Windows operations, and this is the Raspberry Pi 5.
Yeah, so these would be great as digital signage players or content management systems. And then, so obviously for signage, you showed a bunch of partners that you have back there as well. But also you could use this as presentation displays, and when you're not using them, have them default to signage because you have that content always there.
Right, and also, I mean, our modular approach also supports USB Type-C, and this is what we're showing here. So this product has the module USB Type-C. So if your product does not have USB Type-C, you can upgrade it later, and then you can have this single cable connection.
And the cable connection sends the video, audio, but also powers the laptop, right? And charges it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, good.
On the far end, just a small comment here. So it's not about the display, it's about the content. Our colleague Miguel, unfortunately, is not here. We're working on a concept for second life of products. That means we're working with partners.
Beyond recycling.
Correct. So that means after some years of use, you can check the products, check the status, refurbish some parts, and then have a second warranty extension to extend the life of the products.
Okay.
It's still in the making, but we believe if you use a product as long as possible, this is the best way to have a sustainable product.
Yeah, and a lot of the products, you know, in the enterprise world, we replace the products every 3 to 5 years. But in higher education, even K through 12, you know, primary schools, they could use those products even as refurbished products that maybe an enterprise might want to change and get the newest version.
Yeah, I mean the products, especially the LCDs, they have 50,000 hours lifetime on the LCD.
That's a long time.
If they have been used in meeting rooms, probably you only have 20,000 hours.
Yeah.
So they're still good to use for several more years.
Yeah, and so what you're initiating is a program that would go through and refurb the product, check it out, make sure it's good, and give it a second life.
Correct. That's the whole idea.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's admirable. It's interesting because that's always been part of the heritage of your company. I remember the first booth I ever went into that was fully recyclable was a booth that you guys built years ago at ISE, if you remember
in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam,
Yeah.
that was many years ago. It was basically a giant cardboard booth to show that you
Yes,
could build a
something like
recyclable booth because you were being very environmentally focused. Obviously, here we're talking about command and control and network operation centers.
Right, so this is our command and control center, as you mentioned. So also here we're combining different technologies. On the right-hand side, it's a chip on board, 0.9.
Yeah.
So it's basically a dual full HD setup, side by side. So it's 32:9 aspect ratio.
And that's LED. And then to the left of that, you have, what is that, a 98-inch LCD?
86 LCD,
inch.
just to showcase. They have a similar size, that's why we chose them. But you can combine different technologies. Also, we're promoting here Hyperwall 9, which is...
you've been a partner for Hyperwall for probably 2 decades.
As long as I can remember, at least. No, so this is Hyperwall 9. From this area here, we are actually controlling the content for a lot of the screens at the booth. For the booth, and also Naviset, so our remote control software is installed here to also monitor some of the products.
And I want to point out that you have an ePaper display right here. And this is a good example of how cool this technology is that this is using no power. This content stays here until you change it, and once you change it, use a little bit of power to change it. And there, of course, this is a technology you'd use where you didn't need to worry about changing the content. Like, for example, menu boards would be a great example of this, where you're changing maybe the menu every 24 hours or overnight, or maybe between breakfast and lunch and dinner, and you're generating. This is going to be a big part of an eco initiative globally, don't you think?
Absolutely.
We're at the beginning of a sea change.
I think that it will take a little bit more time to really catch up until people understand it, but we're using our ePapers here to show the next booth tours. We also show kind of the occupation of our meeting rooms at the booth. So it's not just a product that we showcase, but we actually use it live, so to speak.
All right. Did we cover everything, or we got anything
One
else?
last product.
Okay. Oh, your menu bars.
That's actually, it's not a menu board. So this is how we see a light box, as it's called in many airports.
Okay. So it's for transportation applications.
Yes, it's a mix of wayfinding, but when the content switches over, you can also use it for advertisements.
So what is the aspect ratio? Is this 32 by, what is the aspect ratio of this?
So actually, it's like 3 55-inch displays next to each other, but it's direct view LEDs. So
so that'd be 1632 plus 16, whatever that is.
That's 48.
48 by 9. There you go. There you go. 40 by 9 aspect ratio. Very, very cool. That's like a, what do you call that? A strip display? What do you call it?
You could call it bar type or
bar
strip
type,
display, something like that.
Yeah, so for wayfinding, transportation applications, signage.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's all driven through what? Like you send that the same partners that you have for signage can generate content for this display as well?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's no problem. The LED controllers are very flexible, so they can scale the content, but this content is driven actually by the Hyperwall.
Okay, so that's LED.
Yes, that's
okay.
LED.
All right, Tobias.
Thank
Toby,
you
how are
very
you?
much.
I really appreciate you doing this, coming in early.
Thanks for having us.
An hour before you probably needed to just to do this tour. I really appreciate it. And of course, as I said, If you want to see detail, we do deep dives on every single one of these products here. Go to raypubs.com/ISE, type in Sharp in the video search window, and you'll get all the deep dive information. Toby, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.